What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. I'm pretty excited for this video because I love to clean. I love to be organized. If you are new here and you like kind of lifestyle content, balancing everything, I work a corporate job. I love home and lifestyle and fitness, fashion, finance, everything. Make sure that you subscribe and stick around. September officially marks 1 year back in Charlotte, 1 year living in this apartment. And with that, we actually just re-signed our lease, which is so exciting to me because I have moved every single year since 2020. I have moved every year since graduating college. It was kind of exciting to me to not have to move this year and re-sign our lease and know that we're going to be here for a little bit longer. I'm trying to think how many places I've lived since 2020. So 2020, graduated college, moved to my parents' house for a couple months. Then I moved into my first Charlotte apartment, then my second Charlotte apartment. Then I moved within that same building into my third Charlotte apartment. Then I moved from there to Tampa, Florida, and now we're in this apartment. So I've lived in 6 different places since 2020. Needless to say, I'm pretty excited to be staying put for probably another lease term. And with that, I want to kind of reset and really deep clean our apartment. I want to clean it in a way that it's like brand new again, as if we just moved in. I made a list on my phone of all the things that I want to clean. It's kind of a mixture between just deep cleaning all the rooms in the apartment and then also cleaning things that I typically avoid or have never cleaned. An example is like, I want to clean the oven. That has never been done in the year that we've lived here. So deep cleaning things that I just never really clean. I really want to make this apartment sparkle. We're going to be realistic about it though. This cannot happen in one weekend. This cannot happen in one day. So I'm going to be cleaning over probably the next 2-3 weeks, try to get 1 or 2 things done every single week, and we will be left with a nice, deep cleaned apartment. We have company coming to stay with us this weekend, so I thought this was the perfect time to check off one of the things on my list, which is to clean our couch covers and wash our curtains, clean our windows. I have never washed a curtain in my life. It never occurred to me. I know that's probably stupid, but it's just never occurred to me to take your curtains down and wash them. So I'm going to do that today. And we're going to get them nice and smelling good because I feel like it'll make the apartment smell good with the fresh curtains hanging up. And then, like I said, I'm going to wash my couch covers. My couches have custom covers on them that I've never washed because it's just a pain to take them on and off. We're going to brave it today. We're going to strip the couches, give them a nice wash. They're white, so they definitely get a little dingy, a little yellow. And since I'm washing the curtains, I'm going to wash the windows too. That's the goal for today. Couch, windows, curtains. Let's go ahead and get started and see what we can get done over the next couple weeks. That was a workout getting those off the couch, and I know putting them back on is going to be even harder, which is hence why I have never done this, because I knew it was hard. It'll be worth it. It'll make the area just smell so good and fresh. I'm gonna have to do a few loads to get them done, but this stuff is the trick to bright whites. This stuff I learned from Jackie Ina, who is like the queen of home and cleanliness to me on her TikTok page. If you use bleach can kind of turn things yellow, which I do use bleach, and this is the best. It's a blue dye. Very potent. You have to be very careful with it. I just grabbed it off Amazon and I've been using it for years now, the same bottle, because you only need literally 2 drops. It's so potent. Be careful with it. Do not get it on your hands, on anything you don't want it to touch. So I have this cup full of just water, and I honestly should not even do this over the rug. I should do this over the sink, but I'm gonna put in 2 drops of it, and then I dump this into my washing machine. That's all you need, and it really brightens up your whites. Let's go to the sink and do this. Okay, so that was probably like 4 or 5 drops maybe. And then you just kind of want to add a little more water so that it mixes together. And there you have it. I'm just going to dump this in the washing machine. I'm also using Downy scent beads again so that it smells up my living room nice and fresh. I am also using bleach. And of course, detergent. I use the Tide Free and Gentle. Let's see if I can move this thing so I can vacuum vacuum behind it. Now I'm gonna clean the windows, Windex the windows, clean and dust the window seals, all around the windows, everything. Not gonna show that part for privacy reasons, but that's what I'm doing next. Curtains, windows, almost done with those. It's gonna take a few days for the couch covers to dry because I can't put them in the dryer or they will shrink, so they have to kind of lay out to dry for a while. But once I get those put back on the couches, I'm gonna vacuum and mop the floor, and then our living room deep clean is complete. I dusted everything. I did the baseboards, I did the windows, curtains, everything. Living room is complete. I pretty much never uncover our couch because pets, but this is what it looks like. It's like a slip cover, kind of sloppy couch. It's actually really comfortable, but I always have a blanket on top because of that guilty one over there. Next up on my list is the bathroom, our primary bathroom. I really just want to deep clean it. Top to bottom, I want to get on my hands and knees, scrub the floors, really clean everything. So I'll probably do that tomorrow or next week, but I will throw that footage in when I deep clean our primary bathroom.
Going straight into cleaning my primary bathroom, this is probably the deepest clean I've ever done on this bathroom. I like to start from top to bottom, so I just went straight in with the Windex and cleaned the mirror. Then I took everything off the counter because I knew I was actually going to clean all of that stuff later. I like to wipe down all my products too, and sprayed down the countertops and just got to scrubbing, got every single corner. I realized our drain actually had some gunk down in it, so I took the drain completely apart and really scrubbed that inside part of the drain. Then, like I said, I started wiping down all my products that I use every day. I would love to not have to have a bunch of products sitting on our bathroom counter, but it's just realistic. We use these every single day, multiple times a day, so I do leave these products sitting out. Then I even went into my bathroom drawers and did a little bit of decluttering, as well as wiped them all out and vacuumed them. Then I moved on to one of my least favorite things to clean, which is the shower. I feel like you just really have to get your hands dirty in the shower and scrub and put in some real elbow grease. I fully scrubbed this shower once, and then I went back through it with a magic eraser and made sure I really scrubbed everything again. I cut a lot of these clips out because I feel like I just look crazy down here on my hands and knees scrubbing, but trust me, I did this for quite a while. And then I did the exact same thing to my actual floors. I wiped down the floors, I wiped down the cabinets, I wiped down the doors, and we left the bathroom probably the cleanest it has ever been.
Today we are tackling my bedroom. I feel like I never film in here. I want to do like a deep wash of my bed. I wash my sheets pretty much every week, every weekend, and I wash the duvet cover probably maybe once a month, every 3 weeks or so. It's been a long time since I've washed the pillows, the actual insides of our pillows, and my mattress cover. So I want to handle that today, a deep wash of the bed. And then the other thing I want to cover in here is our bookshelf. I clean this bookshelf by dusting around the books, I would say 99% of the time. Since we've moved in, I have not taken everything off the shelves and really dusted. So that's what I want to do today. Everything's coming off. I might even do a little bit of reorganizing, switch it up a little bit, putting everything back on, and yeah, deep wash of the bed. So let's get started. I'm going to strip the bed, and we'll start with washing the pillows because they will have to air dry. So I need to go ahead and get those in the washer. The amount of dust on these shelves is actually crazy. I'm on the floor. I want to organize the bookshelf now. So we're just putting all the books back. I like to decorate the more eye level ones with actual decorations, but we do have a lot of books. So I use this bottom one mainly as our actual bookshelf. I think I'm gonna try to color code them is what I'm gonna do. When we first moved into this house and I saw this bookshelf, I found it very daunting because I was like, I want it to be nice and aesthetic and basically not use it as a bookshelf, use it just as a decoration shelf. Then Will talked some sense into me and he was like, it's a bookshelf, like we should use it for books. So instead of just being random aesthetic decorations, I actually use it as a bookshelf. So it has our books. Yeah, I think sometimes like Pinterest and stuff gets in my head and I just have to remind myself we actually live here and this is actually our home and it should have things that show who we are as people. It shouldn't just be a Pinterest board. So yeah, this shelf I use for books, and then also when people give us sentimental things, it goes on this shelf. Like the wooden duck that we have on here is from Will's grandpa. We have like a Tennessee cutting board, just things that like that are kind of sentimental to us. It feels so much better. I'm sure you can barely tell, but it's definitely much more clean. Random books, my fantasy book. I've pretty much fully switched over to the Kindle these days, so I probably won't be collecting that many more books. I feel like if I have like a top favorite series, I'll purchase it. And I would say these are my top 3 so far that I've read. This was a wedding gift from my mom, some of the cities we've lived, more kind of sentimental family stuff. And then this is a wine box. There's a wine called Jarvis. Fun fact, it's on our bucket list to go to their vineyard in California. And then wedding photo, and that is the bar we met at behind the wedding photo. Last thing before I put the bed back together, our bed frame collects dust really bad. So I'm just gonna go around, vacuum it, and then it'll be ready for the bed to be put back together. Slowly but surely working our way all around the apartment. We have some company coming this weekend, so I figured this was the perfect time to reset the guest bedroom. There's not that much to do in the guest bedroom besides a general clean. I do need to wash the sheets, refresh the bed, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean the mirror, do the baseboards, vacuum, all that kind of stuff in here. And last thing, the one thing I've been really putting off because it just seems daunting to me is the oven. I really want to clean the inside of the oven. So I'm gonna try to tackle that today as well. And then I feel like that's really it. I've done my primary bed and bath, a deep clean. The living room got a deep clean. So as long as we do the guest space and the kitchen, that's literally everything. So we're almost done. I'm actually Googling how does one clean an oven. I've never done this before. Baking soda and water paste. Okay, I'm glad I looked at this because it looks like I need to make a paste and then let it sit in the oven for a few hours. I'm glad I looked now because I have time to let it sit throughout the day. So let's make a baking soda and water paste. Let's do about a ½ cup baking soda and just doing a little bit of water at a time. A little bit liquidy so that I can spread it around the oven pretty easily. Here is the before of the oven. It's not that bad, but it's not that great either. I'm just starting with a preliminary wipe down to get the bigger stuff out of here. I think this calls for a pair of gloves. I'm just gonna spread this paste all around. And don't forget the oven door. That has to sit for a few hours now. Sorry if you can hear the washer dryer is going hard. But while that sits, I'm also going to go ahead and just clean the kitchen. More of a normal clean. I am gonna clean out the microwave and wipe down the cabinets, but this is my like usual clean of the kitchen, I would say. Everything in a home can be described as it's easy to clean if you just keep it clean. Like the microwave, for example. It's really easy to get that dirty, but it's also really easy to keep it clean. Like if something explodes in the microwave, instead of just ignoring it, immediately clean it, you know? Wipe it out every once in a while. The same could be said with literally anything. If you just keep stuff generally clean up behind yourself, then everything stays pretty clean. My oven is a good example of the opposite of that, right? I didn't clean it for an entire year of living here, so now it's probably way more difficult to clean because I haven't just kept it clean in general. I'm not super comfortable moving appliances in a rental. I'm just too scared I'll break them or mess something up. So I would love to like vacuum behind my fridge and stuff, but I don't want to mess with moving the appliances. So I'm just gonna use this attachment and kind of try to get up under there the best I can. I tried to clean the wire racks and I realized that the stuff on there was not going to come off with just a sponge. So I'm letting them soak while the oven soaks in the baking soda. Hopefully I can get them off a little bit easier after they soak for a few hours. The kitchen is feeling so clean. I feel pretty tired from cleaning. Cleaning is a full-time job. It is a lot of work. I am making myself a little midday tea, pick me up. My throat feels kind of scratchy too, so I'm hoping a hot tea will kind of soothe my throat. I might add in a little bit of honey for my throat too. But yeah, kitchen is pretty much done except the oven. I need to finish up the oven. I steamed mopped the floors and I wiped down our cabinets. Our cabinets are really hard to keep clean. The blue I find really shows fingerprints and if anything drips on them, and like the way the light hits the kitchen, the blue cabinets really show everything. I've learned for my future home, I feel like all the different apartments and places I've lived, I have learned what I like and don't like in kitchens and stuff. I've never had white cabinets though, so I don't know if white cabinets, they might show a lot too, so I'm not sure. Let's add some honey. Yeah, I'm realizing I've always had dark cabinets in every apartment that I've lived in. My parents' house has white cabinets though, and I don't ever notice that their cabinets are dirty. I don't know. The point of what I was saying is our cabinets are really hard to keep clean, so I did my best to wipe them down a little bit, and then we did the microwave. So yeah, I'm just kind of gonna let the oven sit pretty much the rest of the day, and we'll finish it up later tonight. It is like, you can smell it. You know, when you open this door, it's a little stinky in there. Last step, I'm about to spray it down with some white vinegar, and then I'm gonna give it one more really good scrub. So it's not good as new. There's some spots in there that are really tough to get out. I think next time I do this, I'm actually gonna buy a cleaner for the oven that's specifically made to clean the oven. But it is undeniably a lot better and more clean. The wire racks came really clean after soaking them too. I'm finishing up my Friday afternoon at work, but I just took a little break and finished cleaning the guest room. I got the sheets back on the bed, wiped everything down, cleaned the mirror, vacuumed, wiped down the baseboards, wiped down my desk. Feels so good in here, so clean. The whole apartment is feeling so good and clean. I feel lucky that I have this space and ability right now to take the time to take a little bit of extra care of my apartment, because there's not always time for that. Life is busy and there's not always time to really do the nitty-gritty cleaning. So it feels really good to be able to do it going into our new lease starting this month. So it's like just a fresh reset of the whole space. My mom is coming this weekend and she's bringing a bunch of the wedding decorations that I have not been able to get back here and sell because I just haven't had a chance to go down there and look through everything. And also our car, every time we travel to go visit our family, our car is full. It's full of our pets, their food, all of our luggage, and my car's not that big. I never have room to bring stuff back. So it's nice with them coming up here, they're gonna bring some of the stuff I haven't gotten a chance to go through. But with that means that she's bringing me some more big plastic bins just in time for the holiday season, because I've been wanting to go through and reorganize like my Christmas decorations and stuff because I do not have enough bins for all of them. So I think how we'll end off this video, because I feel like I'm done cleaning, honestly. I feel like I've deep cleaned pretty much every room in the apartment. I also did do the bathroom, the guest bath. I think I'll end off this video with a little bit of reorganizing. My guest room closet has come a long way because I did get a bunch of plastic bins and I was able to organize a few of them, but I needed more. And now that she's bringing me more, I should be able to get it even more organized. So we'll finish this off by going through all my holiday decorations and getting everything nice and organized. I've started a little bit of organizing this morning. So let me show you what I've kind of already done. I have listed all my wedding stuff that's for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I've already sold a lot of it. The hurricane vases sold, and the table lamps sold, and the mirror sold. So I just have a few small things left. I originally was gonna go to my parents' house and try to sell it all there, but we just couldn't fit it in our car, so they ended up bringing it all here. I have that bin that's gonna be available. I have this bin, this is a new bin, and this is a new bin. I started with filling this one with all of our garland and stuff that we were just keeping in trash bags. So now this is full of garland. I finally was able to separate out our fall decorations. So this one is fall decorations. And then I'll use this last one for the rest of my Christmas stuff. I need to fill this up. I think the tree is still just best in its box. So I'm going to leave the tree in the box for now. This is so much better now because I have room, which means I can fill this with more Christmas decorations when the time comes. Much better at the top of the closet. Before, that was just Amazon boxes full of the Christmas decorations. Next, I'm gonna use one of these to reorganize our pet supplies. Honestly, I keep it in this, I think this is a Scout bag. It doesn't hold its shape, so everything's kind of always falling in on itself. So I feel like a bin will just be better for all the pet supplies. This place is feeling very clean and organized. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video. Thanks as always for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all so very soon in my next one. Bye guys.